Wow, so soon, and we've got another update. It supposedly is controlling the Seestar. So let's do the update. I first saw this on the Facebook group, and it says what's new. The telescope network is now live. You can remote control your Seestar from anywhere. And so I am in the process of updating it. It's version 2.7.0. The ad looks a little weird. I don't know. The colors, it makes me feel like scam, but I did turn on my Seestar this morning and it said there was an update. So let's see. The update failed. Let's see if we can try it again. Maybe it failed because I maneuvered away from the screen. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see what this new update has to offer. I'll try and find some information and bring you back when we're done, because transferring the update takes very short time, but the installing can take a little bit longer. So I'll bring you back when we've got it installed. Okay, so I have installed the update. I did look on the website ZWO Astro, and it says that the update has new features, and it only lists one, and it says it added telescope network feature, and it supports remote control of your Seestar. And then it did fix some known bugs. We rarely see the difference on those known bugs, but that's part of the software. Sometimes I guess some people were having crashing issues and stuff. This will probably fix those. Update has been successful, so we're going to finish it. And the Seestar itself was blinking, and then it said, talked to me and said that the update was installed. And so let's see if we can see where any difference is. Let's go and make sure that it updated. Oh, there it is. You click on, okay, so how did I get there? From this home page, I clicked on the picture of the Seestar at the top or the name right below it to the left. Click on that, and there's my Seestar, and then right underneath it is the telescope network, and it's in beta form. And so we can trial use it. Enter the telescope network to achieve remote control. So I'm guessing that this would work really great if you don't have a good place to image and you want to take your telescope somewhere and leave it and be able to turn it on and operate it from your home. And so this is what it says. It's kind of the icons are behind some of the controls here. It says tap to enter the telescope network. And then I can't read it. And then it says add your Seestar device to the network. And so it's talking about the local device. So a global observatory network. So it looks like there's a Seestar at different national parks or something. The local device. Let's see. I can't really scroll on anything. And I can't tap on anything. I guess I'll just have to join. And it's not doing anything. So I have to click next. It says select your Seestar from the remote device list and initiate a remote connection through the telescope network. All right, and so it's saying that there's one Seestar S50 10,000 ABC is online, and it's at a national park. And I can't really click on anything other than connect. Well, I can't even click on connect. I have to click OK. And then it's saying telescope network remote functionality, limited time, free beta trial. So that is giving me the idea that this may be a paid subscription in the future. So I'm not sure. And then it lists right here my network or my Seestar. And I haven't joined any. If I click this reload, it doesn't list anything because I haven't actually joined. And with my Seestar above, if I click on that, it'll just say the telescope network, mine has not joined. How to join. Step 1, Seestar device bridging to wireless local area network is what LAN stands for. If your phone or tablet has 4G or 5G connectivity, you may skip this step. Otherwise, please connect to the WLAN currently bridged to the Seestar device. Sign into your account and add the Seestar device to the telescope network. So I'm going to click join, and there's my Seestar, and then at the bottom it lets me join. Please use in accordance with the law and regulation. To ensure security and privacy, please strictly abide by the following regulations when using the remote function. It is prohibited to photograph or monitor any sensitive facilities such as military areas and government agencies. Well, that's good to know, because I really have plans of going up to our Air Force Base just to watch some of the jets take off. So I may have to look into whether or not that's legal to do. Any photography is prohibited in private places of others, such as hotels, bathrooms, changing rooms, and bedrooms. Well, I think most of us should know that, but if you don't, now you do. It is prohibited to use it for any illegal purpose, such as peeping, eavesdropping, or disclosing others. Well, hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Your remote connection behavior has been recorded. Please bear full legal responsibility for your operations. Well, okay, now we've been told the rules, and my device is joining the telescope network. And it says it's been joined, and then they need to fix the wording up here because it goes behind some of the, maybe it's because I'm recording, but it does cut off stuff up along the top, so I can't read all of it. Something about do something, the device's remote location, I guess, has had something to connect. I can't read it because of the icons on the phone. Directly to the device to update the remote location. I guess so that if you want to switch the location of where your Seestar is, you can do that down here at the bottom. And it looks like my local device is joined. And so my Seestar in Clinton is online. And so now I can connect. And then disconnect the local device. Before connecting to a remote device, it is necessary to disconnect the current local device. Do you want to connect? I hope it's really easy to figure out how to reconnect. So I'm going to connect to my remote device. I imagine this would be useful if, say for example, I've mentioned in my videos before, but imaging to the south is difficult for me because going out the front door of my house is directly south, and it's across the street I have a street light. I also have a neighbor's house across the street that they have a very, very bright porch light, and the porch light doesn't always connect well, and so it flickers. And I also have another neighbor that has a floodlight in their front yard, and so it's hard to image to the south. Plus, I don't really love leaving my Seestar out in the front yard of my home because that's where traffic is. And while I live in a pretty safe area, there is always the little petty theft stuff going on. People going through cars that are parked outside, that kind of thing. So I don't love leaving my Seestar out in the front yard. And so if I want to image to the south, I have to take a chance and leave it outside, or I have to try and angle it between the two houses from the backyard, so the sky is very limited. So it might be a nice thing to take it to my daughter that lives about 5 miles away, where she might have a better view to the south. I'm thinking that's what this would be really useful for. I can't imagine I would take this up into the mountains and try to control it from my home and leave it up in the mountains, or out in a dark sky area without being close and handy. I mean, maybe if I had a safe and secure place, maybe I would do that. But I'm guessing that's what this would be for. It says I'm connected, and so that's really all there is to do. It says I'm connected, and I could disconnect here, I guess. And so then when I go back to the home screen, does it show me anything? It shows me that little global icon up in the top left. So that global icon in the top left is telling me that I can remotely control it. And I'm opening the arm, and I currently have it sitting right next to me. So I haven't really done the global connecting because it's right next to me. But it is opening the arm. I'm going to cancel that. I think what maybe I'll do is I will try taking my Seestar somewhere that's far enough away that I can't control it yet, and get it set up and join once it's at a different location. So for example, I'm going to maybe take it over to my daughter's today, and I will set it up, and then I will come back home. And what I mean by setting it up is once I get to my daughter's home, I will set up the Seestar and join this network, the global remote connected network, and then come home and try and control it from there and see how it does. I think you would really have to make a plan about doing this, is my guess, because if you're going to give it an experiment during the day, you don't want to accidentally open your Seestar without the sun filter on it. And that's probably when I'm going to give it a try, is during the day. But I also can't close the Seestar arm with the sun filter on it. So testing it, I can probably test it and just make sure I'm opening it. Maybe I'll even do it in her home or something to give it a try. Set it up maybe in the north side of her house so that if it does open and the sun is out, it can't image the sun. Hope that makes sense. I just don't want to damage the sensor. So I will give this a try, and we'll, if I'm able to make it work and figure out how to do it, we'll let you know, and we'll create another video. But that's the update that came out today, and I see there could be some advantages. Maybe you can go leave your Seestar at a dark sky location. If you can find a way to make it secure so that it doesn't just disappear, or I guess there's always a chance if you're out in the wilderness that an animal could knock it over or something. So you'll want to make sure that it's good and secure. But there could be some advantages, because I have some images to the south that I would love to get that I just don't do because I'm not extremely comfortable leaving my Seestar in the front yard of my home. And plus, the lighting that direction is much worse than it is from my backyard. So I can see that there's advantages. So that's what I've found out so far about the app. Let's see if there's some other stuff in here. I don't see a whole lot of other things. It does show the meteor shower peak November 16th and 17th. November 6th, the lunar occultation of the Pleiades is already passed. November 21st, Uranus opposition with no moonlight interference. So maybe that would be fun, even though we know we don't image well planets. Let's go into more and see if there's some updated things. They don't always keep these updated, see, since only the top two haven't happened yet. The others have already happened. Let's see. Yeah, all of those have happened. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of new things there. So it looks like the main thing that they've done in this new update is put on this global remote telescope network. And so I am going to give this a try. I'm going to try and do it today. I'll probably do it during the day just so that we can see what we're doing and set it up and give it a try. And so that's what I'm going to maybe try later on today. But as of now, that's what we know about the update. Well, I'm wishing clear skies for everybody else, but it looks like I'm going to have cloudy skies with 0% visibility for the next week to 10 days at least. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to try this in actuality in the nighttime or anything, but we'll come back to you with more videos as we learn more. But anyway, that's what we've learned so far about update 2.7, is that what it was? 2.7.0. And there could be some advantages to this. So let's give it a go and we'll learn some things together. Please feel free to join the channel. We do a lot of experimenting and trying things out and trying to push our Seestars to the limit. And we'd love to have you join us. If you haven't got a Seestar yet, we'll put an affiliate link in the description that links you right to the Seestar store where you can buy them. The Seestar S50 is currently on a Black Friday sale. This is November 14th, 2025. I don't know how long that sale is going to last, but it is $50 US dollars discounted for a Black Friday sale. My guess is they're trying to get rid of some inventory of the S30 before they push out the S30 Pro, but I haven't heard any news about the S30 Pro, so I don't know when, if anything about that really, other than the rumors everybody else has heard. Anyway, we're wishing clear skies. Thanks for watching.